Scoundrels, what is going on? Ring check, coin check, PVC patch check, ooh, shirt check. All those checks are out of the way. Let's get into this whiskey review. It's not a bourbon review, it's a whiskey. And today, I'm very excited about this because I've heard wonderful things about it and I've never had the opportunity to try it until right now. This is going to be my first impression review, as most of my videos are. And sometimes I do these reviews as a first impression, and then I go back to them. I let them sit for a little bit, and I go back to them. I was like, ooh, I didn't pick that up. Ooh, I didn't get that. So there might be a point in my reviews where I will go back and revisit a bourbon and start actually writing down notes and just not what you get off the initial taste. The reason why I do first impression reviews is because I feel that most people would buy a bottle of bourbon or a bottle of whiskey or a fine spirit based on their first initial experience with it. And that's what's going to get you hooked for the first time. And then further on down the road, you can develop that bourbon or whiskey into really analyzing that. But if you want to look into that, go to somebody else's review. This is what you're going to initially taste when you crack open a bottle of Rittenhouse 100 proof rye. Bottle in bond. All right, you can see that the label's still on it, and we are going to crack her open. I'm very, very excited about this. I like this bottle a lot. I haven't seen it much where I'm from in Ohio, but it's starting to become way more prevalent. And from what I'm hearing, this is a bartender's mixer's best friend. It's not very expensive. It's about $26 a bottle. So on the back it says Rittenhouse straight rye whiskey is a storied Pennsylvania style rye whose heritage commemorates Philadelphia's famous Rittenhouse Square. Still bottle and bond under U.S. government supervision to meet the strictest requirements. The Rittenhouse you enjoy today carries forth the distinct and spicy flavor profile established long ago. Distilled and bottled by Heaven Hill Distillery. I can't wait to go down there next month. I am so excited. If you guys watch my reviews and you see me down there, say howdy doody. Give me a high five. You know, I like this. I like this a lot. I like this bottle. I really like the color maroon. I think it's a very, very classy color. So it catches your eye. It's on the shelf. Yeah, voice cracking. It sits on the shelf. It catches your eye. It says bottle and bond. There is no question about that. So let's crack her open. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. There's no like super fancy story on it. I like how they explain that it is a Pennsylvania style rye whiskey, which I think is also how Dad's Hat is. Pretty sure. I haven't had Dad's Hat. I really want to try it though. Well, we can't get the top label off here. Oh, there we go. Hey, look at that. Whoop. It is a screw cap, so, you know, it is what it is. Everybody knows I like a good cork. Bust her open. It just feels cheap to me. For 26 bucks, you could put a cork in there. You can put a cork in there for 26 bucks. Come on now. Come on now. And for like 15, I could understand that. I got the little Glencairn here. Give it a little pour. I'll tell you, it is so hot in Ohio. I feel like there's like a weird humidity haze that I can see through the camera. So that is honestly not my camera. It is that hot where I am roasting in my little sunroom, but I don't want to open up a window in case my neighbor starts mowing. So there we go. Rittenhouse rye. Let's take a look at that color right there. That is about as traditional as you can get, maybe on the little lighter side. A medium amber, if you will. Medium to light amber color, which I enjoy in the ryes. That's nice. You know, obviously you're not going to get it super dark. The legs are all right. They're not fantastic. I mean, for a bottle and bond, they should. I mean, it is a rye, so it's okay. I'm not going to give them props on that. Uh, I checked the legs on the whiskey. It gives me a sense of the viscosity and the mouthfeel of the bourbon or the whiskey. If I call this a bourbon, I apologize. I understand it's a rye whiskey. I get so into bourbons and whiskeys, and I kind of tend to use them interchangeable when I talk. I don't mean to do that, so don't kill me too hard on it. Let's give her a smell. Oh, yeah, baby. Yeah. Ooh. So the first thing I actually get hit with is this incredible sweet leather. I like that a lot. You know what? Here's like, if you took banana chips, right, and left them in a fresh leather car, like a car with fresh leather interior, if you just left them in the sun for a little bit, it's probably because I'm warm, uh, and then you got in the car, that's what it would smell like. Leather, banana chips, some other dried fruit in there. I can't really, almost like a simple syrup sweetness. There is that I tend to get in a rye is like the simple syrup they used in canned peaches a lot. I tend to get that smell, or it reminds me of that. Not in an artificial bad way, but it's just sweet. It's fruity. I mean, that's what canned peaches smell like, but that's not what a real peach smells like. There is a really distinctive, like, nice hint of really light, like, tobacco. Like if you just opened up like a really nice pack of cigarettes, and not a lit cigarette, because a lit cigarette smells like ammonia and pee. But like when you first crack open that little tinfoil wrapper, and then you smell those cigarettes, that always is a pleasant smell. And there's a hint to that. Breathe it out the mouth. You do get a slight vanilla caramel once you breathe it out the mouth. I like the nose, man. The nose for $26 is incredibly complex. And I like that. You can distinct the flavors, or the scents, and you can really pinpoint them out without struggling too much. Without trying to go off into left field. Be like, well, I kind of get this, but you know how it... Sometimes other reviews, and even myself, I'll catch myself and be like, oh, I'm going to go off on a tangent here. But sometimes they'll be like, well, I when I was in the Amazon rainforest, and this smells like this certain fish. And you're like, what the hell are you talking about? So let's give her a taste. Cheers. Tink. Okay, so the banana definitely follows through with the nose, carries in through the flavors. Boy, that leather note's very predominant in the flavor, and I like that. That really, it's a very nice, fresh leather right through the middle of my tongue. Ryes tend to make me salivate even more. I just get a flood of saliva every time I drink them. The honey element mixed with that leather element is very, very, very good. I like that. It creates that balance of that sweet to that rustic kind of manly, I'm a man smell, you know. It is lighter than I expected. There's a little bit of rye spice in there, not a ton, but it's very well balanced. This would be a really good introductory rye, Jesus, to present to somebody who would want to get into ryes without burning out their palate or getting too spicy. That was a hard sentence for me to say. Your second sip, you do get lit up with a really nice dry cinnamon, but that gets balanced out by the dry fruit flavors in here. Like there's like that simple syrup peach in there, and then there's also that dried banana that follows through with the nose. But then you get that honey, you get that nice rye spice, but it balances it out, and it's not overwhelming. Sometimes you get these ryes and you're like, oh my God, my mouth is on fire. And then that nice cinnamon, that nice dry cinnamon. It's all very well balanced. Let's talk about the finish here. Now the finish is what really does this for me. That finish is buttery smooth. I wish it had a little more viscosity and mouthfeel. I like my whiskeys or my bourbons to be a little thicker. I tend to gravitate towards those. But the finish on this, as soon as it finishes, I get overwhelmed with this wonderful fresh leather that just kind of goes in the back of my tongue, and then that aftertaste just kind of coats my mouth. There is that nice, beautiful charred oak hint in there with that leather, which is just a match made in heaven. A tad peppery, nothing nobody could handle. You have dried fruit on the finish. There's a little bit of grain in there. Somehow, I can't tell if it's corn. There's a corn sweetness, but there's another grain I'm missing. Oats or barley or one of those grains. I can't. My dog's barking. I can't really pinpoint it, but it's one of those. Overall, this is a heck of a buy. This is a really good buy. I recommend it. You really, really need to experience for yourself. And at $26, you wouldn't be ashamed to mix it. And I bet this would make a heck of an old fashioned or a heck of a Manhattan. And yeah, that's my review. It's a quick review. It's short, sweet, to the point. I'm trying to reduce them down. So there it is. Pick yourself up a bottle of Rittenhouse Rye. Again, Heaven Hill can do no wrong. They always produce consistent, delicious products. And there it is. Go drink something fantastic. I'm going to go let my dog in because he's ruining my review video. Later.